Hi, we are live. Good afternoon, Miss Debra. Good hello to all of you who are and will be watching this Go Live video. And Miss Debra, thank you for accepting my invitation to attend my uh, Go Live video and to sharing your story before you join in this business and your journey after you join in business. But at first, I would like to introduce myself. So my name is Mai Nguyen. I currently live in Houston, Texas, USA, and I have been in the US for 30 years, and I have been doing nail for 24 years. And I also run in the online business like Miss Debra. So, Miss Debra, could you introduce yourself to audience, please?
Hi, thank you, Maya. Thank you so much for inviting me on here. It blesses me every time I get a chance to talk about this business, and the wind is blowing in my face here. So anyways, my name is Debra, and first and foremost, I'm a child of God. I'm a mother of 6, a grandmother of 19, and now a great-grandmother of 7. I'm also a successful online business owner.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your story. But I first question my audience and I really curious about what motivated you to join this online business.
Well, actually, my motivation was I had lost my position of many years. And I thought, I'll take a year off work because, having 6 kids, I worked all my life. We didn't have maternity leave when my kids were little. You'd have a baby on a Friday and back to work on Monday. So, I worked all my life with my children growing up, and I lost my job. They eliminated my position, and I was 60 years old. So, I thought I'll take a year off work because they gave me a great severance package, and I'll pay off some bills, and then, I'll start looking for work because was very confident that I would have no issues in getting a job because I had the experience, I was good at what I did, and I loved what I did. But anyways, I proceeded to start looking for work, and I got lots of interviews, and every one of them said to me, "How long do you plan on staying in the workforce?" Well, you know what? I get it. I got it. I understood. Being an accountant by trade, I understood. It's very expensive to train people. No matter how much experience you have, every company trains you to the way they want you to work. So I had to come to the realization that nobody was going to hire me over the age of 60. So I thought, I've got to do something. Go be a Walmart greeter, because even the jobs that would have taken me did not want to pay me what I was worth.
Yeah.
Like, they did not want to pay for my experience. They wanted to start me up at very low wages, and I could have stayed in town rather than work out in the oil sands for that kind of money. So I thought, I've got to find something that I can do to sustain my life. And so anyways, I started looking online, and I was not tech savvy at all. So, but I did know people that, worked online. They did data entry. They didn't get paid a lot, but they were at home, right? And that's what I wanted to do. I was 60 years old. It's minus 52 in the winter in Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada, where I was living at the time. And that's cold. I didn't want to go out in that cold anymore. So I started looking online, and I prayed. I have a lot of faith, and I prayed and I prayed, just give me something that I can do for the rest of my life, that I can survive and not be a burden on my children. So anyways, this ad kept going across my page and across my page. And finally, it was like, click on it, click on it. So finally I clicked on it because I had seen a lot of bad things out there. Like, I mean, really unkosher things. So anyways, I seen the webinar, same one you looked at, same one I looked at. And I clicked on it, and I registered with my name and my email address, and I watched the information session. And I knew the moment I saw it that it would work. I didn't know how it was going to work because it talked about social media. And I thought, I don't even know how to put a picture on Facebook, but I can learn. I'm willing to learn. And I could see the potential in the business, and it was a people helping people business. So that even attracted me more, knowing it was attraction marketing, and it was something that I could learn to do, that I could help other people, because I love helping people. And so I knew the minute I saw it. So I thought, I'll give myself 5 years. 5 years is what I'm going to give myself. I want to be making about $5,000 a month, that I can live comfortably on $5,000 a month. So I want to, give myself 5 years to do that, because I'm an accountant. I know it takes time to build a business up. If it's a legit business, it takes time to build it up. And they also talked about, that I could will my business to my children. And I thought, wow, that's something. All I have right now is bills to leave my children. Wouldn't that be nice to be able to leave a legacy for them? So anyways, I proceeded to start the business. That was February 9th, 2017, when I actually became a business owner. And I had my struggles. Because, like I said, didn't know how to put a picture on Facebook. But thank God I had a 12-year-old grandson at the time that knew exactly what to do. And he helped his old grandma, which was, oh, God love him. And, it's amazing what we can do. It doesn't matter how old we are, if we have our mind set to what we want to do. And this business was in my heart, that I was going to do it no matter what my struggles were. I was going to do it. Well, it happened a lot sooner than 5 years for me to make that kind of money. But I put a lot of time and effort into it, because I was adamant that business is going to work. And I'm adamant right now that everybody that has come in with my business, I am going to help them succeed too, because I think everybody should be joining this business. This is a life-changing situation. It just didn't change me financially. It's changed me mentally. It's changed me physically. It's changed me socially, and it's changed me spiritually. It's brought me a deeper spirituality. So this business, for whatever reason, people want to do it. It's here. And both Maya and I are here to give you help. So I don't understand why everybody just doesn't click, click, click and check it out, see if it's for them.
Yeah, I think there's capital. They worry about the scam, but like my story, I'm like you. What, because I'm running business right now for 5 years, but this business location is far away from my house. It's an hour drive away. So before I I tried that far at the same time, but I still young, so I think like I have energy to try. But now I'm 53. I cannot drive far anymore. I mean, like I'm falling asleep when I'm driving at night, so it kind of scary me. And
Yes.
I'm decided to change my job, but like you, I'm thinking the nail field when you were like over 45 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for you to find a job, like because they need the people like with the clear eye, you see better about your nail cuticle cut kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I worry about like when I apply the job, if I sold my business, so I looking for the job with close to my house. So I think like it's hard for me to find the nail salon or the owner accept the nail technician over 50 years old. So I'm like you when you were 60 years old, you find a job. So I worry about that. So I find the ad on Facebook and I enter my name and email. So you know what? Be honest. When I get to watch a free webinar, 90 minutes, I listen to those people's story about they joined in this business about 1 year, 2 year, 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and they success. Among those story is your story in there too. But I don't remember which video, but your story. I don't remember your name that time. So I'm thought like this emotional is happy face, a crying face is real. And I'm curious, like, what kind of business is this? Make the people from they have a debt and then they become free debt and they poor to be rich and they can buy their house and car. I mean, like this business changing their life. So I feel like I really want to know this business because I want to change my life too. So that's why I buy in $149 until now. So, but when I'm learning from the training side, so I getting to know your story. I am inspired your story. That's why I yes, because the woman would I mean like would know spend about Facebook and Google and you don't have much money to join in. So I feel like you can do it and to be a businesswoman successful. So I think I can do it. And I think like your story will be inspire the other and motivate them to join in the business. So that's why I really want to invite you to have this go live. So the could you tell me, Miss Debra, so what are your challenges that you have faced in this business?
My challenges? Oh man. Well, first of all, I used to work on a computer 12 to 14 hours every day doing income taxes, database programs, accounting programs, and all that kind of thing. But after that, I would close my computer and I didn't want to learn anything about social media. So for me, I learned how to type on one of those old-fashioned typewriters that you had to build up muscles in your arm to be able to type it. And and I had to keep a little piece of tape on my camera on my computer because I didn't want people looking at me. And my daughter kept saying, Mom, nobody can see you. You don't have your camera on. So I had a lot of challenges. It wasn't just, challenges in learning my computer. It was challenges with my mindset. I had to change an old mindset to something new. And when they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, yes, you can. Yes, you can. So it doesn't matter how old you are, because you can. But that was just something that I look at as being a way of learning to be able to survive. So I know people have difficulties in their life when they're growing up and when they're doing different situations. I was having major difficulties learning my business because I had to change my mindset, and I was my worst own enemy. I'm the one that had to change my mindset. The business is laid out so perfectly. If you can turn on a video and read, you can do this business. And I questioned it because I'm old school. So I questioned everything that I saw in the video. I'd say, really? Really? And instead of just digging in, doing what they told me to do. So finally, it was like one morning I woke up and I just said, Lord, thank you for giving me another day. Who can I be a blessing to today? And I went down to my computer and I went to my training and I just started, and I never questioned one thing. I just did it. And it was like, boom, my business started exploding. So I had to learn that even though I'm older, sometimes I think I knew more than what they were knowing, right? I had to come to the realization, no, they're the professionals. They're the ones that built this training system. They're the ones that know what's happening. So once I got that into my mind, then, man, things just happened quickly. It was great. But I had to change my mind first. That was the biggest change, and the biggest struggle I had was getting all that crap out of my own mind, right, and doing this.
Wow. Yeah. So what determine your success?
Pardon? What?
like what determine determine like determine your success? I'm sorry, my
What
English.
what my success is, nobody can make you successful. Like, I can't make you successful. You can't make me successful. The people who brought me into the business, they can't make me successful. I have to do that on my own. So it's something that everything is there, ready for us to use. We just have to reach out and take it. This business is a gold mine. Oh my goodness. It's a gold mine in so many ways. And I was afraid. I had to get rid of my fear. And I had to start living by faith, not fear. I had to believe in myself first. I had to believe that I could do this. I had to believe I was worthy of success. I had to believe in our system. I had to believe in our owners. I had to believe in the people in the business. I had to become faith-filled about my life, my beliefs, in order for me to get over my fears. And, like I said, I kept the tape over my computer. I didn't want to put my face out there on Facebook. I didn't want to put my face out there in the public, right? I was very content I was very content just staying in my home, working online that nobody could look at me. But you know what? That's not how life works. We have to sometimes get out of our comfort zones and do the things that we feel may be a little uncomfortable. But once we do that, then the right things start happening.
Yeah, me too. Before, I don't play Facebook. I mean, I just know about basic, like post the picture, and because I'm doing business, so I know how to put the picture and boost post. That's what I do.
Yes.
And then everything else, I don't know. So when I learn everything from training side, so I learn much more. So I really appreciate like Debra and Mike making the training side, let people learn everything detail. So I never go live that day before. I mean, I really don't want the people see my face a lot, and I really I like, I don't know. Now I change. I think I can get out of my comfort zone, and then I can do this. This is a big
Yes.
step for me, yes. And
Yes.
so Miss Debra, what important virtues can
You know
make
what?
you successful?
I think that everybody everywhere should take a look at this business. And it doesn't matter what age you are. Yes, it's awesome for us people that, are ready for retirement. Retirement in Canada, and I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in Canada, I do live in Mexico now. I am blessed that I, live in Mexico. But in Canada, your pensions, most of them are not big enough to survive. Most of them, you have to be a burden on your children. And in your country where you're from, you take care of your parents when they get older, right? The
Yes.
parents can't travel, they can't do this because they're dependent on their children. Well, it's the same with in most countries, right? It's just that I was not ready to sit down and become old. I wanted still to do things. I still wanted to be active. I still want to be able, when I go home to visit, to, go out and play ball with my grandchildren, or, to do things, go swimming with them, or even water skiing, Those are things I still want to do in life. I don't want to, reach a certain age and say, you can't do this and you can't do that. So this business has made that opportunity for me. This business has done that for me, that I can do the things I want to do. If I want to go down and go parasailing, I can do that. Something I really enjoy doing. But if I had not found this business, I would never be living in Mexico. I'd never be going down to the beach and going out deep sea fishing, or going, parasail and doing the things I do. And people will say to me, oh my gosh, aren't you a little bit old to be doing those things? No, you're only as old as you feel. This business will make a change. It's making a change for my children too, because I have children that are in the business, and it's making a change for them too. So this is just, it's a way that people can make a change in their life. And I'm not saying go out and quit your job. Don't do that. Do this part-time when you start out. Do it part-time till you can get it built up. And then you're going to want to do this full-time. Look at all the young people in our business that are working this full-time. And this is their sole income. And they're traveling the world with their children. And it just blows me away. I'd like to tell this story, Maya. This story's for the younger people. A few years ago, quite a few years ago, once my children all became adults, I gave them a book. And the book was about their childhood, what they liked about their childhood, what they disliked about their childhood, what they liked about their mother, their father, their siblings, what they would change and what they wouldn't change. So I said to them, after I gave it to them, I thought, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe I don't want to know what kind of a bad parent I was, right? So I thought, oh, well, don't give it back quickly. Take your time, fill it out, because it may help you as a parent, because they were all becoming parents. And this may help you. If I did something wrong that really devastated you in your childhood, or your father did, or whatever, this will help you not do it to devastate your children. So anyways, my youngest daughter gave it back within 3 months. And I thought, oh, no, this is not good. Of my 6 children, it was only her that I butted heads with. And I thought, oh, no. She's going to tell me how bad of a mother I was and this and that. So anyways, I had it for a while before I actually read it. And then I got to the day that I was going to read this book. I was prepared. I had my box of Kleenex because I knew it was going to be tearful. And I sat down and I read the book. And there was lots of tears of joy, lots of tears of sadness, lots of memories that, you forget about, but she didn't. And the one thing she said, the only thing she would have changed about her childhood growing up is she wished her mother had been no more. I worked all the time. I'll never get that back. So for you young people out there that are struggling and your children are growing up by themselves, and you go home and the babysitter says, oh, your baby said the first word today, or the baby took their first step, or, oh, your son just excelled, got a home run at the ball game tonight. You're not seeing that. The babysitter is.
Yeah.
This business will give you the opportunity to be there for your children, because don't think that they're okay with it, because this is an adult telling me this. This affects them the rest of their life. So, it's things like that this business can make a difference in people's lives.
Yeah. The same for me. Like, I have 2 children, one boy, one girl. And
yes,
they've been through with me. They have hard time with me because I'm doing now 10 hours a day.
yes,
And I kept them, like, bring them to the babysitter and stay with babysitter like until 8 o'clock, and I feel bad, but nothing else can do because the money to pay bill. And then
exactly.
I wish I can find this business like earlier, like 10 years ago.
Yes,
No.
I know, me too, right? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. But it's never too late. And I don't want people to ever think they're too old, they're too young, they don't have enough money, they're not smart enough. Get rid of that stinking thinking, because if you want something bad enough, you will find a way to make it happen. I did.
Yes. Could you tell a little bit your story, because I know your story already, but I have some buyer. Uh, they still worry about it. They don't have enough money to get a business. So could you tell
Sure.
And
Sure.
about a little bit your story. How did you start?
Oh my goodness. I did a lot of different things. You know, when I saw this business in December of 2016, but I didn't become a business owner until February 9th, 2017. But you know what? I looked around my house and in my garage and all around, and there's so many things that I have not even looked at in 6 months or a year or maybe more. So I started selling things. Honest to Pete, I sold a treadmill that was in my office in my house, and nobody even knew it was gone for over 6 months. And finally, my daughter said one day, "Where's the treadmill?" I said, "It's been gone for 6 months." Nobody even knew it was gone. So I sold things. And then I went and I cleaned up. I started picking up bottles and cans on trails, on the side roads, you know, because I wanted a budget. I wanted to have a budget after I get started in business. And my kids were saying, "Oh, Mom, please, you're not really doing that, are you?" Yes, I am. I have my gloves. I have my little thing to pick them up. And you know, I was making $200 and some a day doing that. And I was helping the environment and I was helping to build my business. So you know what? You do. If you want something bad enough, you will do what you have to do to make it happen. And don't be ashamed to make money to get something going, that you will have an awesome business, because there's all kinds of ways. If you're a crafty person, make crafts and sell them. Do whatever you need to do. But I bet you, even to look around my home here in Mexico, you know, I've only been here 5 years, but I've accumulated things that I probably could sell if I needed money that I don't need, you know? And we all do that. We have things we don't need. And you know what? You can buy bigger and better than what you had before, right?
Yes.
Whatever it is that you want, you'll be able to just sacrifice a little bit to make things happen. But my question is, how bad do you want this? Now, I worked really hard to get the money to be able to, you know, get involved in the business. And I was not going to not work that hard to make it happen. And this day, people say to me, "Why do you work so many days? Why do you do it?" And I said, "Because I love it. I get to meet people like you, Maya. I get to meet people from all over the world. I'm talking to people. She's in Houston, Texas, and I'm in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, right? And it's like we're sitting side by side in a house. And, you know, someday when we meet face to face, it'll just be we're meeting a long lost relative.
Yeah, I hope one day I can travel to Mexico. I'm
Yes.
going to travel to Mexico. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Well, I'll be in Calgary this summer, and I hope to meet a lot of people there this summer.
yeah. Yeah. So, have you ever come back to Canada? Like,
Yes, I come back every year. Yep. And this summer, I'm going to be in Calgary at the convention. So I hope to meet a lot of people there. And yes, I'll be at my family's home. And I'm going to be all across Canada this summer because I'm going to visit all of my family and grandchildren this summer.
Oh, so you have some children living in Canada still?
I have all my children in Canada. I have 3 girls in Alberta. I have 2 boys in Ontario. And I have 1 boy who goes back and forth from British Columbia to New Brunswick. So I'm going to be on the east coast of Canada, and I'm going to be on the west coast of Canada, in the north and the south. So I'm going to be all over Canada visiting my children and grandchildren this summer.
How long it take for the flight from Canada to Mexico?
If I fly from here to Toronto, it's about 4.5 hours. If I drive or fly from here to Edmonton, Alberta, it's 5 hours. So one flight is 5 hours. Yeah, it's yeah. And then from Toronto to Edmonton, it's another 4 hours. So yeah, it's a ways.
Yeah, but you need to play to travel, though. You need
That's
to
right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. And I would never be able to do this if it wasn't for this business.
Yes,
because the pension that I get would not even pay my rent, let alone give me a life, right? I would have had to be a burden on my children.
Yeah, I'm waiting to my turn. I mean, to my turn to be like you.
Oh, you will. You will. And you know what? I remember sitting at my computer because I knew I just need to learn this. I just need to learn this. And I remember my daughter saying, Mom, don't you think it's time to get away from your computer? And I said, I just have to learn this. Come and help me. So she would come in and help me do something. And it was like, I knew what it was there. And when you struggle like that to learn something, you never forget how to do it. And that's the good part. I'm still not tech savvy, but I do know how to do what I need to do. And if there's something else I need to learn new, I will learn it. I will do whatever I have to do to learn it. So, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Finally, could you tell me an audience like what value would you pass on to someone joining this business?
Oh, you know what? For those that are already in the business, God bless you because you've made the right decision. You're at the right place at the right time because the online business is the way of the future. Whether we agree with it or not, it is the way of the future. So, for all of you that are in the business, just stick with it. Do what you need to do to learn how to do this business correctly. The training is the best training you'll ever find anywhere in the world. And in fact, other people have tried to buy our training, and Mike Garrett just said no, and they've got a patent on it, so nobody can take it. It's ours, and it's step by step. So just follow the training. Be diligent. Be consistent. Don't ever give up on your dream. Don't let someone else steal your dream. And this is for people in the business and not in the business. Sorry. Don't let someone steal your dream. People steal your dreams. Lack of money steals your dreams. But you know what? We're all individuals and we can all make things happen. You know, we have to learn to believe in ourselves first. If you can't love yourself, how's somebody else going to love you, right? So you need to believe in yourself first, and everybody will believe in you too. And this will work for you. And for those of you sitting on the fence, oh my gosh, just get off the fence. All you gotta do is get splinters because you're not going nowhere. You're sitting on a stationary post and it may waver a little bit, but you're not moving forward. And you can't make things change in your life without moving forward. Is it scary? Yes, it's scary, but that's where you get out of your comfort zone and just walk a little bit further. And this business will happen if you want it to. That's the thing. If you want it to, it will happen. Right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Totally up to you.
I would say like whoever wants to change their life, please give you a chance. So you could leave your name and email to website, and you will have the more information about this business, and we will help you to set up your business and until you success. So
yeah, and you have your website going across the bottom there, www.myn159.com. You won't be disappointed when you check it out, folks.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Miss Debra. Thanks for sharing your story, your journey, and that is really inspired me and the others. So I hope people out there who are still confusing and they don't know what to do. So this story will motivate them and they will make action. I mean, they will action, make it happen. So I really appreciate your time, and we will in touch one day, one more time. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining the Go Live video today and help me and help the other understand this business more and understand your story. And you will have a great day the rest of the day today.
Thank you, and you too. God bless, and you will be an amazing online business.
Thank you.
You watch. Say,
Love
you
to
watch.
talk to you. Okay. Bye.
God bless. Bye.
Bye.